Hey guys, I just got my tellmeGen DNA kit in the mail today. I'm super excited to try it out. My girlfriend has done a different brand of like similar DNA style testing and learned a bunch of cool things about herself. So I'm excited to try it out. I don't know a lot about my heritage. I know I'm a mix of a bunch of different things, so I'm excited to know more. The great thing is this is the advanced DNA test. So not only is it gonna tell me about my heritage, it's also gonna tell me things about my genetics, different facts, different things I might be predisposed to. So I am super excited. Let's open this up and see what we gotta do. Hey guys, I'm back. It took a total of 10 minutes to go through the directions in the box, register an account on the tellmeGen website, and take my sample. It was really easy to do. You just get this little tube here, which has a little bit of liquid in it, and then you get two like cotton swab type things that you are just gonna swab the sides of your cheek with and then just mix it around in this liquid. So something important to remember, and this caught me off guard a little bit, was that you can't have had brush your teeth, you can't eat, you can't even drink water for a half hour before taking this sample. So that's important to remember. But once you do that, it's very simple. 10 minutes, I had the sample taken, I had the account created, and I'm ready to go. So I'm gonna run it down to the UPS store and ship it out. They say it'll take about 4 to 6 weeks to get my results, so I'll check back in then. Hey guys, so it's been almost exactly 5 weeks later. I got in the email that my results are in, so I'm super excited to check it out. I'm gonna show you what I get to see to help show you what these reports look like and what you can expect when doing this test. So let's get right into it. It shows you 5 different tests here. We're gonna go through each one real quick. Let's start with the complex diseases here, and these are things like asthma or atrial fibrillation or bipolar disorder. And you can see here that I have high risk for one, medium risk for a few others there. So that's really good to know that this is just information I had no idea before taking this test. You can click on each one of these to learn more about if you're not familiar with each one of these diseases here, which I found really interesting because many of these I was not familiar with. Next, we have monogenic diseases, and to be honest, a lot of these I've never heard of before, but you can see I do have the variant present for a few of these, and that's what these are about, is if 2 people have the variant present, that's when it starts to be concerning, as something you could pass on to potential kids. So that's kind of interesting to compare which of these disease variants you have present with if your partner takes this test as well. That's kind of interesting to look at as well. Next, we have traits, and this is a cool one because it really lets you fact check this test. And I found that most of these, almost all of these to be honest, are accurate. And you can see it's things from eye clarity to whether your earlobe is attached and things like that, your hair texture, whether you have a probability of being bald if you're a male. So I found all this really interesting. You can see what happens here when you click on each one of these. It gives you information on each one of these traits that you can read and is super interesting to find out. Then we have wellness. Again, super interesting to see kind of whether these match up with what you believe about yourself. And again, I found that most of them, if not all of them, do, showing that this test does feel very accurate, at least for myself. Everything that I know about myself was also confirmed with this test. So super interesting results there. Then finally, what we've been waiting for is these Ancestry results here. And you can see it starts with just continental here, and then you can click in and it'll separate it out into categories within that continent. And within each one of these categories, it'll give you the specific countries or areas, but it doesn't give you the percentage of each one of those countries. It'll give you the breakdown within those categories of the continent, but not within the individual countries itself, which I found interesting. It's obviously very challenging. I would have liked to know the specific percentages for each country, if that's even possible, but this is cool just in its own right to see that. And then finally, you can see your maternal lineage, your paternal lineage, and then even the percentage of Neanderthal DNA you have, which is really interesting. Then finally, they let you compare your DNA with other people who took this same test. So you can see I had overlapping DNA, even though it was a very small percentage, with 2 other people who took this test. Kind of interesting to see that and how they could be related to me. So overall, really cool results, really very interesting results to know, not just in the DNA and the ancestry category, but also in these diseases that could be something very, very helpful to know about. So overall, I'm really happy with these results. The ancestry thing is cool, but on top of that, I thought it was interesting to know all these things to kind of look out for the future, and some of these traits and how they match up with how I perceive it to be. So overall, really cool test. If you're on the fence about this, I think you're going to be really happy. Compared to another one that my girlfriend took, I think these results are very much similar as to what you can expect. Number of things they test for and what they test for, very similar to a lot of the big names. So definitely recommend this. If you're on the fence, give this a shot. I think it's gonna be something really cool for you to take a look at.